This video and channel is for adult collectors only. Before we get into the video, make sure y'all like, subscribe if you're new. I mean, come on, what are you doing if you're not? Sub to me by now. My content is fire. From transform reviews videos, step motions, toy reviews, toy photography breakdowns, music occasionally. My Instagram and TikTok are all linked down below. And yeah, let's get straight to it. Okay. So as you can tell by the title, I think the community's reaction to the newly released Legacy Evolution Voyager class, LIO Convoy, LIO Prime, let's be real, this is LIO Convoy, so I'm gonna call him LIO Convoy, and if you get offended, whatever, I don't care. So I think he is severely underrated, and I'm going to tell you guys why. So yeah, let's get straight to it. I do want to note though, when I first got this guy, first of all, I got this guy off Hasbro Pulse on the warehouse sale about a week ago. Along with Flame War, which I may do a video on at some point. Let me know if you guys want to see that as well. So I got him in, and I noticed on both of them, the paint apps on the face was a little shoddy. There was some yellow paint missing on this eye right here that I had to paint in, and there was like a blue splotch on his faceplate there. And then Flame War had some issues with her face too. So if you want to order from Hasbro Pulse, they seem to get like the worst cases of QC, so just be wary of that. I'm not going to hold it against this figure, I just figured I'd mention it. But anyway, look at the Matrix feature. It's pew 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 compatible, so look at that. A lot of nice beautiful details. This is one of the only Prime Voyager class type characters that have gotten a Matrix feature. Now mind you, it's not removable, so it's a bit more easier to do, but the fact that they painted this, added all this detail on this part and on the piece that flips out, look at all that detail. It even looks like a wash the way they painted it. I know it's probably by accident, but to me it looks like a cool little gray wash added onto the red, which is pretty cool. And then it clips in, and then you get that nicely painted Maximal symbol. Like, this is stuff that you usually see on a leader class these days, and I'm just glad that they were able to fit that in there, along with all the other gimmicks he has. He's got the flip-out sword thingies that are pretty easy to flip out. They got a little notch right there to put your nail in, and it's got a nice articulation and movement. Ball joint here, so you can flip it all around, and then a hinge and a ball joint, and then a mushroom peg swivel, so you could get this thing moving around however you want it. Basically, like, you could do whatever with this sword. Now granted, it should be a little longer, but it is what it is. And then this fur piece on his arm flips out, and then you could tab in one of those guns on both sides, so you could have this going on. And then you could have his, I think it's called LIO View in the show, flip out if you want to, which is sick. And you've also got these two guns you could flip out, or they could be held in his hands. Just so many options with this figure that you don't get on a lot of modern day Voyager classes. Like, this is the playability and features that you would see on a figure like pre-2013 era of Generations figures. And the storage, you could even make a jetpack out of here by plugging in these guns. The one thing that I don't like though is that I wish these were on 5mm ports instead of those little tab nubs there. I don't really like that. Just so I could have the option to plug them into on top of here, because they are a little bit longer, and I do think it would look a bit cooler on top than these shorter guns. But you can also plug them into the head right here, as you can see, and you could have all four guns up there. The one thing that I don't like though is that you can't flip the lion head around to give him like a shoulder cannon facing forward like you could do with the Masterpiece. That's one thing that I don't really like. And then just all the painted details all around him. Granted, he is missing the silver and the red on his lower abdomen right there, but the yellow, the silver gunmetal, the blue paint on there, and then the gunmetal again with the gold nails that wasn't even painted on certain Kingdom figures is crazy. And the head sculpt, granted I did have a couple QC issues that I did fix, as you can see. That head sculpt is beautiful, one of the best Optimus Prime-esque head sculpts we've ever gotten. And they even painted details on the hands here, gray fingers and then the blue palms, which is sick. Just a lot of paint work and then sculpted details all along the arms and on the insides there. All the panel line work and stuff. It's just great. And then even behind here, when you flip that up, a little bit, there we go. when you flip that up, you can see some nice robo details and stuff. The one thing that is a little annoying though is that this backpack looks a little off and it just flops around, doesn't really tab in anywhere. But even the butt is sculpted up. Like, look at that. This guy's articulation, given all his features and all the stuff hanging off of him, is still fantastic as well. You could get a little bit of upward movement in the head, just a little bit, not a lot, but you can get a downward movement because it's on a double hinge, which is fantastic, and then you could get some nice tilting in there for some personality, which is great. You can't move up a lot, but you can get everything else working pretty good, and then of course it rotates because it's on the ball joint. The lion head can rotate up, go down a little bit, it can angle out. I wish it could flip forward like I said, but whatever. And then these can angle back and flip in and whatever, and then this can angle up, angle down, and then flip out. And the shoulders can move out however much you want basically, and then they can flip forward, flip back. You got the bicep swivel, 90-degree elbows. You can flip the wrist downward on that transformation joint, and then even look at all the detail there. That is great. Come on, camera, focus, focus, focus. There we go. Look at that detail. It's great. No wrist swivel, but at least you could rotate it down for some sword poses if you want to get an upgrade kit with him or whatever, because I think there are sword upgrade kits for this guy too if you want. Anyway, he has waist swivel, no ab crunch, even though it does look like it, but that's for transformation. And then of course these can rotate back, out, flip all around. This can flip up, flip out a little bit, and then you got the rotation on the mushroom peg. These could flip all around. You could get the upward movement on the leg there, and then it goes back some. You got the thigh rotation, 90 degree, well, a little bit past 90 degrees. It does look a little weird here. I wish this was on this joint so it could stay up, but not too big of a deal. You get calf rotation, which is something that you definitely don't see often on a Transformer period. Doesn't matter if it's Leader Class, Voyager, or Commander Class. I think the last time we saw this was on Kingdom Optimus Primal, so this is crazy. You got that calf swivel, and then of course the beautiful sweet ankle tilt, and then the heel can move up a little bit and then down to accommodate whatever poses you need. So I mean, for the robot mode, outside of a few little quibbles I have with it, I mean, this is a pretty solid Voyager class. It's better than a lot of Voyagers that we've gotten in the modern day. It's even on par, I'd say, or around a little bit less than in terms of like Jixis or Tarn or Studio Series Hot Rod. I mean, this is a solid Voyager. I don't get why more people aren't buying this and it's almost selling out everywhere. I mean, this is just a crazy Voyager to me. And then even the transformation, which we will get into right now. Now, taking a look at him in Lion mode, sure, he does have some issues, but he handles his robot mode kibble way better than a lot of Kingdom figures. Now, sure, there is some exposure in the legs and on the crotch region and over in the front some, but, I mean, it's handled way better than, say, Airazor, Pterosaur, or Squirpanock. And he is a little limited in articulation, and the head sculpt is a bit weird, but other than that, I mean, this is a solid looking Lion mode. And then even his sort of Evo fusion, I guess you could say, his original feature from the cartoon, you flip open these panels of fur, and then you flip out the cannons. It's a little tough getting your nail in there. Flip that out, and then you plug in the guns. And that just looks sick. I mean, a lion with a head that has 4 different guns on him. Like, that just looks sick, man. And in terms of articulation, he does have jaw movement, which is good. That can open and close. No painted teeth, which does kind of suck. And the legs can move forward a little bit, back. They can move in a little, and then they could rotate. And they can move out the back legs like so. Swivel. You got some couple hinges there. Then they can rotate the calf swivel, and then of course ankle tilt. So he's decently articulated, about on par with most Kingdom beast modes, but after seeing the Dragon Megatron figure that I've gotten from Legacy, it does feel a bit lacking. When you just have it standing there, when you're not trying to pose it around, and you just have these cannons flipped out, it just looks so freaking cool, man. Overall, I'd say this figure is pretty fantastic for a Voyager. I'd give him a solid 9 out of 10. He does have some problems with him, but he's just so fun to mess around with. I've transformed him a few times now. No stress marks like Armada Starscream or Beast Wars Inferno, who has gotten an immense amount of hype, duly so, but the plastic seems way more durable on this LIO Convoy, and the play features in robot mode and the way most of the robot bits hide away in lion mode is genius. The transformation is complex and clever. I just gotta give it to this figure. Mark and whoever on the Japanese side of things helped design this figure. Thank you guys for making a Generations LIO Convoy in the main line. I really appreciate it. And if you haven't picked this guy up yet, what are you waiting for? Get him. I am so surprised at the reception this guy has gotten about him being good, but nothing too crazy, and people preferring Tarn way more. Tarn I've transformed a few times, and he has a couple stress marks, and he has clear plastic all over him, which I doubt will last more than 10 years, give or take. That's pretty much all I wanted to cover in this video, guys. LIO Convoy is definitely underrated in my opinion, and he shouldn't be. He is a solid Voyager class figure. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you guys think? Do you guys agree with me? Do you guys have some pushback? Let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Bye!